Hang on. Hello, there we go. How's that for a first shot? The laptop charging cable blocking the camera. Hello, everyone, and by everyone I mean Stapler, who certainly is frisked. Let me mic up here. Welcome in, everybody. It is a bright and shiny, sunny 10 a.m. here in Shiogama. And we are making some Hiyashi Chuka, or cold Chinese. It's the literal translation. Actually, it's more like a cold ramen salad. Sort of a perfect lunch on a hot day. Very excited to eat it. It's sort of like an annual tradition for me at this point. To like, one of my earliest summer lunches has to be Hiyashi Chuka. It's delicious. Got my gimbal on deck in case we need it. Oh, no, I completely understand the need to spell. Stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended. Oh, wait, I'm not on Wi-Fi. Hang on a second, the stream might drop. Let me connect Wi-Fi. There it goes. Oh, actually, that reconnected really quickly. I think we're back. Seems like... well, now I've lost chat. Alright, hang on a second. What is... Alright, my laptop is now no longer on Wi-Fi. There it goes. So I should get chat back momentarily. I hope I'm live and you guys are just hearing me babble. That would be great. That was seamless. Got about 5 seconds of spin. Nice. It seems like the servers are actually well kept on this site. They don't just boot you out the second it starts to experience trouble. That's good. All right. Didn't you get the spin? It was seamless. Wow. We're lost. Yeah, well, come on back. Come on back. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you all. We're starting a little bit later than I anticipated today because we had a little visit from the landlord, and it sounds like soon-to-be possible business partner. More on that later. More on that later. It's been a very exciting morning. Good conversations. Downside is still YouTube, win some, lose some. Unfortunately, this is the best way to get watch hours on the... Not unfortunately, I'm happy to do it. Streaming is like one thing I can do for the channel that requires almost no effort because I'm just making food that I want to eat. And I've hosted a live stream or two before, so it's very easy for me. That said, I am curious how the user experience differs for people in chat. Do you like one over the other? I'm not much of a live stream viewer, to be honest, but I am on camera pretty frequently. I also have to do some dishes, so we can chat while I do that. Blame Verizon. You sound like my best friend. Gotta remember to look at the laptop for chat as well, not my phone. But anyway, very exciting day. Yesterday we signed the lease for our rental house, so we are no longer homeless. Very exciting. We move in on the 16th. We've already got movers lined up. Tomorrow we're going to a barbecue. Expect some videos featuring some Wagyu. Fancy Wagyu and fancy watermelon, probably. Pretty much everybody's gives you streams on Twitch and your streams in Seattle. Honestly, like, I miss my cameras. I miss my stationary cameras. But hosting a stream like this just on a single camera setup is kind of nice because number one, everything in Japan is made of steel, and therefore it can have a magnet stuck to it, which is nice for my current camera setup. But also, it's sort of like, it helps you understand and dial in, like, what do you actually need, you know? Did I need 3 mirrorless cameras and a DSLR in the old kitchen? No, I definitely didn't. Was I happy I had them? Sure. But, yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Am I the content? Am I, you know, like, it's weird. I feel the same. I feel like it's not really much worse than when I was in Seattle. It will get better, I think, in the new place because I've got some content ideas, but I could have done that in Seattle at any point, and it would have been fine. So, all right. Got to reset my chat window here real quick. I have one more dish to wash, and then we can actually get started on cooking. Intersection of a useful constraint and the useful elements around you. Don't know if there are many places that would be true of. For me personally, you're probably correct. For me personally, yeah, I don't get to say that very often. Maybe only a few times in my life, actually. Man, Amanda made dinner last night, and I'm still thinking about it. So the contract signing for the rental started at 6 p.m. and ended at 8:25 p.m. It was long. I guess, like America, Japan tends to be a very litigious society. And so one way that the real estate agency sort of limits their involvement is they make sure to go through the contract with you bit by bit, as though there was like a judiciary review going on. It was kind of nice because, like, obviously the contract was in Japanese, and I'm not up on my legal Japanese verbiage, so it was kind of nice. But it did take ages. It was a long one. I'm very happy it's all said and done. Food doesn't look censored, then the camera quality is fine. Fancy is unnecessary. Agree, actually. Hard agree. I like having a technically challenging stream because I like working on technical problems. But I would never suggest a food and drink streamer get like a mirrorless camera in the interest of like making their stream better. You're far better off investing in editing skills and like community feedback and interaction. It's the best thing for it. The lease is 2 years, but there's no penalty for breaking the lease in the second year. And the penalty of the first year is just 1 month rent, so it's not even that bad. The whole thing, like, it had a bunch of stuff in the lease that, like, you would expect. You know, clean up after your dog. You know, if you get into a parking accident with the neighbors, you know, the landlord doesn't want any part of it, kind of stuff. So there's a lot of, like, stuff you would expect like that. A few things that surprised me. Number one, they, not devalue. Depreciate. They do a depreciation math on the flooring and the wallpaper so that if they have to replace it when you move out, they don't charge you the full amount of the wallpaper or flooring. That makes sense. But I don't think they do that in America. They just seize your security deposit no matter what. There was something in there about, there was an official clause giving the landlord the right to lower the rent should property values in the area decrease. I don't know how often that actually happens, but it's certainly never even discussed in America, right? I thought that was weird. 1 year in effect, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 2 years is 2 years is the standard lease length. But yeah, like I said, there's no penalty for leaving the second year. You do have to give 1 month notice, and then it's like a very formal withdrawal thing. Like you need to write a letter and hand it to the landlord 30 days in advance. But even that's not that bad. Like 30 days notice. It's only 10 days more than Seattle, which has a very like renter friendly like legislation, you know? It's interesting. Why would they do that in America when they could just steal from you? The right to lower rent? Yeah, I was like, what if I refuse? No, I want to pay the higher amount. It's hard to imagine our rent going any lower just because we're in a very old house in a very inexpensive neighborhood. But, I mean, yeah, I'll keep a few bucks. I'll keep a few yennies, you know what I mean? But yeah, I paid the deposit in cash. That was weird. Our deposit is much higher than normal because we have a large dog. And so I literally walked into the real estate office with $5,000 in cash. Like 5,000 or so USD. That was a little weird. Not used to that. Alright, let's clean the counter. Graham Chan, Nanigaski. Oh my god. Taz, we have been on like a 2-day kick of watching remixes of that featuring different municipal vehicles. Trains, semi-trucks, subway systems. Very good memes. I love it. Actually, that's what I ski. That's what I... Did you put it in a suitcase? No, I did. I put it in a little envelope. Little cultural tip. Hang on. I saw Skits coming. Hello, Skits. I'll apply it on Twitch. No, I almost went live on Twitch because friend of the channel, Zobocat, was streaming today. That was cool to see. Little cultural tip for people coming to Japan. If you ever have to give anybody money, it's polite to put it in an envelope. Make sure you don't buy the funeral envelope, okay? Get Google Translate out and make sure your envelope is not meant for funerals or weddings. Don't make it weird. Even at the convenience store, just buying regular envelopes, I had to look for them because a lot of them were like, use this one for a wedding, use this one for a funeral. I was like, uh-oh. Don't make it weird. We bought the house here. I had to walk around with a $30K cashier's check in my pocket. Yeah, it feels bad. It feels really bad. Back in February, when we thought we were buying the house in Shiogama, I really thought I was going to have to take out like 1,000,000 yen from the ATM, but there's a withdrawal limit per day. So it was going to take like 4 or 5 days to get 1,000,000 yen. I got close, but then somebody bought the house, and it wasn't me. I don't know these guys. Little avocado. Actually, do you think an avocado would be good on Hiyashi Chuka? Probably, right? That makes sense. I'm going to do it. Oh, well, if you want me to save this one, I can. It's just ripe. Okay. I can hold off. That's fine. My wife wants me to hold off. Yeah, there's a funeral envelope, and I thought this was interesting. There's a suggested amount for each one. So if you buy the funeral envelope, or whatever envelope, it'll have at the bottom, it's like, appropriate for amounts up to 10,000 yen. You know, so like, there's like an implied amount for each type. Pretty interesting. Calligraphy can be hard to read. True. Google Translate, I'm like, in the past, I've been very anti-Google Translate. Especially with handwritten fonts and stuff, but it's gotten a lot better. Because I don't know those kanji except for like marriage. Kekkon. And I was able to read them all with Google Translate, thankfully.
Oh, there's Carla.
Oh, is Carla here?
Carla Engdahl Design.
Oh, hello. Exactly 5 seconds to use if it's right. Yes. Not gonna lie though, I'm actually really happy at the price of avocados here. I remember back in like 2016, I looked at an avocado in a grocery store and I was just like, oh, that's expensive and small and weird. But that looks like one I could get in America for like $1.50, $2. It's good to see you, Carla. Welcome in. I love streaming on YouTube because we see everybody's like alter egos. Avocado on everything. I do love it. Okay. Counter is clean. My YouTube account reveals all. Spam rice bowls, missed those. Tex, good to see you. Welcome in. Clark gave us a tutorial on dollar amounts, folding kanji used. It was a whole class. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of cultural nuance to it that I can't even pretend to know. I'm not Japanese, right? But like, you know, we're probably giving a gift to the guy that is housing us here because he's been very helpful, very supportive. Oh yeah, he dropped by just this morning with a gift. Let me show you guys. So he has a warehouse full of stuff from other people's houses that he says he's just going to throw away. And nobody wants them, so he's like, I'll just give them to Graham and Amanda. They don't have a house, they need stuff. So he showed up with these today. Check this out. Isn't that nice? There's a full set of them. We've got 4 of these. And then these are for like miso soup or salads or something, but look at that. Are these peas? Are those peas? These are made of lacquered wood. Very nice. When do you move? Oh yeah, we're in Japan, but Carla knows that. It's so fun. I don't know if everyone here knows who Carla is. Yeah, so we're in Japan. We're in Shiogama. We're moving to Sendai on the 16th. So we just signed the lease last night, and they're renovating the place. We're getting 2 air conditioning units, very fancy. Putting in a new stove. We're getting a washing machine for free. We're getting a dining room table for free. We're getting a TV for free. It's a little ridiculous, actually. Oh, bugs. I gotta close the window. It's time. Pretty wood, yep. Really, really big box of books. It's true. It's true. Not really clear why it's displaying my handle instead of my name. Don't know. That's YouTube. Why and how? So, just nice people. Nice people is the short answer. Basically, the guy that owns this building that we're staying in right now, he runs a side business clearing out old houses, and so he just has a bunch of junk. It's not junk, it still works. But, yeah, he's like, oh, I'll just give it to you. So, we're providing consulting services for him, because he wants to list this place on Airbnb, so we helped rewrite the listing. I wrote him a travel guide to give to his customers, and we're going to help him with a few other things. We're going to film a promo video for this place, which is going to land on YouTube sometime in the next few weeks, so when that happens, I would appreciate a little amplification from you guys, because he's really helped us out. Like, he's really helped in the process of settling in. So, we've been very lucky. I want free appliances. You might have changed it for a former live stream here, Kyle. I can call you / though. Google account settings, that makes sense. There's a little note in the Discord about making a username similar to Twitch username. Yeah, there you go. Although, if if you're feeling the need to re-debut under a new username, you are more than welcome to do so. Anyway, we haven't done a kitchen tour in a while. Here is where I do all the cooking when the sun's not beating into the window. It's like standing next to a campfire over there. So we're going to do our cooking here on the cool side of the house. I am going to put you guys on the gimbal. Just going to put you back on the fridge for just a moment. Threaten me with a good time. Change my name. Very Hobbit-core, yes. It's all very awesome and cool. We're honestly like having a really good time. There's a bit of stress, I guess. Like, we're very busy with work, even though we're not really getting paid yet. So that's the thing. But, you guys have been helping out with YouTube videos and whatnot. And it's been nice. But I've already worked a day as a tour guide. We've provided consultation services and English translation services. And I think we've got, it sounds like, a few leads on some business owners around here that may need help with social media. So we'll see. All YouTube accounts for myself this way for reasons. Yeah, backslash. I would say you should consider it. Not that anyone's thinking about moving out of the new promised land of the U.S. anytime soon, but yeah, no, I think there will be people interested in watching that. Florida, I don't want the editing. Editing is easier than ever, to be honest. If you ever want to talk about it, let me know. Let me know. All right. Everyone, I'm cheaping out today. We bought a pre-made. Is this Myojo? What company is this? Daisu. Hiyashi Chuka kit. Cold Chinese. Basically, it's Chinese-style ramen noodles in a dressing instead of a broth. Served without soup. Cold. So we're going to use this as sort of a base kit. I'm going to unbox it, unwrapper it. Maybe I have to kind of put this on the stove. There we go, that's good. And we're going to see what's in there. And then that will change what I cook to make up the difference. Get it, Graham. You used to have 2 Google accounts. When your Google said no, people should only have 1 profile. Yeah, they've changed the rules like 8 times. Dardreen, hello, by the way. Welcome in. They've changed the rules on accounts and account names like 8 times. It's hard for me to keep up. I've got multiple Gmail addresses registered on YouTube, but I also have multiple usernames per email address. It gets very confusing. Look at my recommendations. Okay. We got our sauce. And we got our noodles, and that's it. Okay. All right. Well, let's peel one of these off and put one of those back in the bag because we don't need that today. Unless we're going for like the omori size. I am. Been a tradition since Google Plus was. Oh, that's true. Yeah, they had that disastrous attempt at making Facebook. Forgot about those days. All right, I'm putting the noodles and everything back in the fridge because I want them to be cold. We do still have to cook the noodles, but I'm going to go ahead and work on toppings before that. So first things first, I'm out of homemade menma, so we can't do that anymore. But I do have some eggs, so we can make a little omelet. We do have some pickles, so we can use those. And then we need to slice some ham. What else is on the bag here? Oh, cucumbers, of course. Of course. Ham and cukes. It is actually very tempting to just eat this cucumber on camera. Just the whole thing. Look at this. Perfect specimen. Perfect specimen in the dark. And can we use the nicer lens? There we go. So we're going to cut this into strips. One thing I really like about Japanese cucumbers is that the pulp is very easy to eat, and you don't have to remove it like you do with some American cucumbers, like the really cheap American cucumbers. Norm Minma said, I know, I got to go find some more. I got to go foraging. Well, I did see some, actually, when I was walking around with Lucas, my tour guidee, the other day. I did see some bamboo growing at Date Matsumone's mausoleum, and I was like, it's probably like illegal for me to take that. I'll leave the Date bamboo alone. Oh yeah, among the gifts that our landlord has given us is this knife. Very, very thoughtful. He knows I like to cook. And an immersion blender, which he said he bought. Or no, he got it for free, but he's never used. Good morning, Cookie. Welcome in. Perfect summer food. I think I make it like once per year in the summertime. And then I always forget to make it again. But it's so easy to buy the kits here. It's probably going to be a regular thing, to be honest. All-time greatest hits. Oh my God. How's that for ASMR? I don't even know if you guys could hear that. You know who else loves cucumber? Sunny. So you can have it. Can you sit? Chilled cucumber for Sunny. She's like, you woke me up for the tiniest slice. Effective. Now I want cucumbers. They're real good. Okay. So I'm just going to cut long wedges, basically. It's a very satisfying chopping sound on this steel counter. Alright. Dude, we should make some quick pickles soon. I bet these are really good pickled. She's so gentle. Oh, look, hang on. Now that she knows, though. Now that she knows. What are you doing with all those cucumbers? Okay. Now we need to slice up some ham. And then we'll make some omelets. I think the delay is so much worse on this site than the other one. But if it yields a better server stability, it's probably worth it. Just want thin. slices of ham. All right, let's make some eggs. More, please. I know, wait till she finds out. She's still there. Oh, now there's ham. We've really upped the ante. Gee. Man. Mouth open. I'm pretty sure Graham's got the good stuff in there. Alright, let's see if we got any other veg that would taste good on here. Cucumber, green onion, save that for later. Salad. We do some grated ginger, that might be good. Oh, carrot. Got half a carrot ready to go. Forget how tall you are. The counters are low. I'm a little bit worried about my posture cooking in a Japanese kitchen for a year. But I think the answer might be to buy like one of those tall boost blocks or something, and then just cook on that. The stove's not so bad, but the chopping and stuff, you know, like it's a lot. It was super nice. I got to video chat with my sister and my nephews and nieces yesterday. Everybody's doing good. It sounds like they really want to come out and visit someday, which is exciting. I didn't think any of my family would be up for that, to be honest. I have like a million brothers and sisters, and I don't think any of them really care about travel that much. So they're at a bit of a loss as to like why I would decide to move to a foreign country. But it was nice having some actual like curious questions from my sister yesterday. It was kind of cool. Scooter Beach, welcome in. It is the kind of thing, like, I think my mom would have liked travel at some point. But for some reason, just none of my siblings got the bug. My mom has serious doubts about whether she could survive 13 hours on a plane, which, you know, I imagine she could, but it's hard for her to think about. I have 3 sisters, not including in-laws. And it was my youngest sister I talked to yesterday. The middle sister lives in Canada, and the oldest sister lives in Michigan. And she thinks I'm extra weird. She like we were cut from very different cloth. Spiritually, if not biologically. Mom's from the South. You know, listen, my mom is the toughest woman on the planet. Past few years, all this is true, by the way. Past few years, she's been bitten by a brown recluse spider. And if you're from the South, you know how bad that is. She's fallen off her bike. She has snapped titanium screws they put in her back to fix a problem she had because she also broke her back when she was 16 and just slept it off, apparently. She's been bitten by dogs. She's tough. People think I'm tough, and I'm just like, you should meet my mom, honestly. More worried about the flight crew. Honestly, that plane could crash, and my mom... I shouldn't joke like that, but... yeah, no, my mom is like Yonko level strength. It's ridiculous. Yeah, she had... So, here's the full story on the back issues. Is she broke her back falling off a bike when she was like 16. And she just slept it off. Like 2 weeks later, she's up and walking around again. So she started to have real bad back issues about 10 years ago, and she goes to the doctor. The doctor's like, oh my God, you have scar tissue on your spine. Did you break your back when you were younger? And she goes, what the hell are you talking about? And then so they show her the x-ray, and she's like, there was this time when I was 16, I fell off my bike, and I was like bedridden for 2 weeks, and then never had to think about it again. And then they were like, well, we need to fix your back. That's why you're in pain. We need to fix your back. So they did some reconstructive surgery on her spine. They put in titanium screws to help realign everything, and then she broke the screws just through her normal day-to-day life. She didn't get hit by a truck or anything. She just broke the screws by moving around.
She is the truck.
Yeah, really? No. She hasn't had anything happen. My mom has plot armor. That's how I can describe it. My mom has plot armor. She does drink a lot of milk and vodka. I don't know if it has any effect on her, but yeah, she does drink a lot of milk. Oh yeah, I forgot, it's summertime, so I bought some of these too. These aren't going on the Hiyashi Chuka, but over on the other site we'll probably make some Java curry with eggplant and potato. I think that sounds really good. Let's make some eggs. Generation is built different. Yeah, you've heard of generational wealth. My mom has generational strength. Ski Beth, welcome in. Good to see you. Milk and vodka. No, not at the same time. Not at the same time. She just likes milk and likes vodka. Although my grandfather, her dad used to drink milk and... No, wait, sorry. My dad's dad used to drink milk and scotch. Like in the same glass. Always thought that was a little weird. Go ahead and set out my pickles. I found these at the store too. I thought you guys would find this interesting. Little marinated egg. Ramen egg in a pouch. Bought this because I'm going to be making my wife some skamen later this week. Wow. Straight to the Polish milk and vodka. Dairy and hard alcohol.
I was excited I found...
Here's the funny thing, Stapler. He was Scottish. The guy that... My grandfather that drank milk and scotch, he was Scottish. He said it was good for the stomach. He was not a doctor, admittedly, but that's what he always said. Sorry, what were you saying, Amanda? Oh, yeah. Amanda bought me my favorite Japanese hot sauce, too. If you're ever in Japan, track this stuff down. It's worth it. Lamosco. Hang on, I should turn the light on in here. Hopefully it doesn't flicker too bad. Lamosco. It's like a lemon-flavored Tabasco. It's very good. Throw some coffee liqueur in with the milk and vodka. You got, yeah, I mean that's a White Russian, right? Coffee liqueur, vodka, and milk. And then you can also make a Black Russian without the milk, right? Actually, now that you mention it, Dardrine, she does like a White Russian. I've seen her order those a few times. Good to clear your bowels. Yeah, I you know, whatever I inherited from him, I did not get that. All this is secondhand, too, because I actually never even met that guy. He died before I was born. Yeah, Brian also loves a White Russian. As does Bonds, I think. I think Bonds has mentioned him a few times. All right. So, got our yeggs. We're going to go ahead and beat these. They need to be mixed really, really well, actually. And if I was in a more prepared kitchen, I'd add a little bit of starch, or some flour or something. But I don't have that, so I won't. We're just gonna make a flat omelet. Can't have been that good for the stomach. Yeah, it's true. That's true. Yeah, he insisted it was good for the stomach. He died of stomach cancer. No, he didn't, but... Met a white Russian at a hotel once. I liked her. Womp womp. Never seen him actually drink one. Well, good, because as I understand it, he was making them out of like half and half. That is both expensive and dense. Our landlord was just over here, and I should stop calling him our landlord, but like the guy that owns this building, he was just over here, and he was talking about like what drinks he likes to make in the summer, and he told us that one of his like kombini hacks is to go to the convenience store and get like a cup sherbet and just mix it with shochu in the summertime. Shochu is like a distilled sweet potato or barley drink here. It's usually around 20%. But it's essentially like a frozen margarita by the time you're done mixing them together. I was like, okay. Noted. Sounds delightful. Expensive and dense sounds like me. Hello, Trashley. Welcome in. Host, I guess, works. But then it sounds like I'm at one of those host clubs. Yeah, kombini hacks are a very popular thing on YouTube, actually. Like, you see those a lot. Very few of them are actually good. Because, like, there was the... everybody went nuts for the... What was it? It was like the Lawson's chicken, or the Fammy Chickie on the pancake bun thing. I was like, this is just like a McGriddle, but probably not as good. I saw somebody recently put an entire tube of Coolish, the squeezable ice cream, into a coffee. And I was like, this is like a low-rent affogato. Which I would definitely eat, because I like both of those food items. Alright. Turn that heat to low. Sounds pretty good. Scanning the Slurpee machine. I did also see there's like the Singaporean creator, Grace Chin, I think. And she was like, if you get constipated in Japan, here's a fiber cocktail. And I was just like, okay. Yeah, I think this is the thing, right? Like
I can't poop. I moved. I don't ever recall having to poop an issue.
I'm not gonna say who asked us, okay? But we did get a help request from a friend that was visiting Japan and said, I need help. I've not eaten a vegetable in 3 days. There's nothing happening downstairs, right? And it's like, okay, well, the obvious answer is just eat some vegetables.
Just go to Convini and buy a bag of cabbage.
Just eat a salad. That's the secret. But I think what happens is people go on vacation and then they go out to eat at restaurants and then they only eat like 6 foods, right? So like, oh, I went out for katsu 2 days in a row. It's like you don't normally do that in the States. But, you know, it causes problems. All syrup super Slurpee? Is this a reference to something? It's more interesting than me working with it. Oh, the inventor of the Slurpee. Okay, no, I have heard this story. Yeah, just eat some cabbage. Like, it's easy. Just eat a vegetable. Everyone should eat more vegetables anyway. Vegetables are good. Yeah, we found out all sorts of things about our host today. Apparently he used to make his own black garlic, which is pretty cool. He said it was very easy and that he would show me how to do it. So we can expect some black garlic streams down the road. Oh, Simpsons. There you go. That's why I didn't get it. I always miss a Simpsons reference. Went to work for the manufacturer that created all the machines. The machines are super interesting. I mean, the physiology of a Slurpee is basically like... It's what happens when you freeze a liquid that you never stop agitating, right? All right. I'm going to let that just set. Gonna lift up the edges, get the loose stuff underneath. We're gonna have eggs stick to the pan, and then I'm gonna need to put the chopsticks away. We're gonna throw the first attempt out, get mad, swear a little bit. Why doesn't anything work on camera the first time? We're good, we're good. Totally healthy. Alright, it is time for a spatula though. We don't even have to flip this because the omelet's so thin. But I might, just to keep it from over crisping on the corners. There we go, much better. Whoa! Oh no! It's okay, we can save it. Alright. Sort of. We can save it, sort of. Residual heat's going to be enough to cook it the rest of the way. Totally closed loop system. They're so over-engineered that they only have to clean and maintain once a year to keep them totally sanitary. That is pretty cool, though. Once a year ones are, they also do non-carbonated ones, but Slurpees are all carbon. Oh! It just rolled itself, it's fun. Yeah. In Japan, they even have self-rolling eggs. Truly, they're living in 2050. It's okay. What we're actually going to do is we're going to put this on the cutting board, and then we're going to cut it into strips so that it can be easily eaten with chopsticks. The idea is sort of like you want to get a combination of noodles and long ingredients in your mouth at the same time. I'm just moving the other ingredients to a plate. There we go. And now we have room for the egg, but not the camera. Camera's got to go somewhere else. Actually, if I stick you guys to the range, but like on the far right side, you might be able to see the counter. Yay! Overhead views. Watching Scott Pilgrim right now on Vegan. Are you watching the movie or the show? Because they made a show, right? I think, like, if I ever time travel and need to quickly, like, within 2 hours or less, express to, like, an alien or somebody that, like, what life was like in the late aughties, Scott Pilgrim's the movie. The live action one, yeah. Dude, the vegan police were so good. Chicken's not vegan? Gelato's not vegan? Milk and eggs, bitch. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Eggs. Speaking of eggs. Hang on, I gotta fill this bowl with water. So vividly remember the cheers that you wrote to the 8-bit Universal logo? Yep. Movie. Okay, cool. Yeah, eventually, I think this experience has taught me that we need some sort of redeem system for sound effects on YouTube, right? Like, if I can work it out to where it doesn't have to be through, like, channel points or something, but if we have a way that you guys can, like, press a button and have sound effects play, no matter what side I'm on, I think that would be good. It is very hot in here all of a sudden. Do these noodles have to be boiled? So I'm like, wait a second. I bought a kit for cold noodles, and they know I'm going to be eating it in the summer and don't want to heat my kitchen up, but they're still going to make me boil the noodles? Maybe they're pre-cooked. Oh, I'm using the wrong knife. Whoops. We're using the shorter one. And just for seasoning purposes, I'm going to sprinkle a little salt on the outside of the omelet. Didn't want to mix it with the omelet because that's how you get dry eggs. Just use scissors? Yeah, you can do that too. Firebot will connect to YouTube streams. Good to know. Good to know. It's a good chance for me to rebuild a lot of stuff. You know, like obviously we're going to have a different camera setup because I sold 2 of my 4 cameras before the move. So we're going to have a different camera setup. But I kind of think, and hear me out on this, it's funnier to have 8 bad cameras than 4 really good ones. Right? Like if I've got 8 different angles to go to, but all the cameras are kind of bad, the only good camera that we care about here is like the one that's focused on the food. I think that's way funnier, actually. Alright. And we're just gonna move these on over. Yay, eggs. Alright, let's consult with the wrapper. Yeah, bad is relative. I think, like, I don't mean, like, actually bad. Well, maybe I do mean actually bad. I mean, like, bad to the point of goodness. Alright, yep, definitely have to boil the noodles and rinse them. And then just sprinkle the soup packet over the top. That's it. Easy day. Alright, so we got our noodles and we got our soup packets. Soup packets appear to have some sort of grated ginger or something in there. They look pretty nice. I'm glad I don't have to make it myself. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in the freezer to get them extra cold. Follow me for more life hacks. Got a pot. We're going to fill with some hot water. Oh, hang on. I know how to not heat up the kitchen too much. I'm going to pre-fill the water kettle and use that to heat up the water. And while it's preheating, I can do dishes. Use the more efficient system to heat the water. There's no channel points here. All I can do is like the video and use some silly emotes. True. And everybody should like the video because it helps us out. But no, I think I think we could work out like a separate point system tracked by a bot. There's lots of systems for that. We're just here to add YouTube partners. I mean, I don't want to say it like I'm using you guys, but I'm using you guys. Why extra cold? Because we want to eat cold things on a hot day. Hello, Zeeks. Welcome in. All right. Water's heating up. I need to do dishes, which means you guys can come with me over here. Yeah, we're making cold noodles today. Hiyashi Chuka means cold Chinese noodles. If you've ever heard ramen described as chuka soba, hang on, I gotta raise you guys a little bit. If you ever heard ramen described as chuka soba, it's the same noodles. Chinese style wheat noodles. The historical term is that it differentiates between regular soba, which as we all know is made of buckwheat. So in traditional Japanese, you have soba, which is made from buckwheat style noodles, and then you have Chinese style soba, which is made of wheat. So the word soba is sometimes just used for noodles in general. Very confusing, but maybe not that confusing. Checkmate, John Google. By the way, very nice silicone spatula. I bought this at a camera store. We're using YouTube to support you. Use us! Prefer to say utilize. That's true. It's true. There's nicer ways to say it. No, actually, it's kind of fun because, like, as I was saying at the beginning of the stream today, this is an easy way for me to contribute to the channel because I'm used to doing this. And we are less than 5 subscribers away from having a vanity URL, which is going to be awesome. It could be youtube.com/JapanSideQuest, which would be great. And then the watch hours that we get from streaming definitely count towards YouTube Partner, which is really good. That opens up things down the road like ad deals, ad revenue, brands, networking, that sort of thing. So I'm just trying to keep up with Amanda, to be honest, because Amanda's been crushing it on the daily uploads. You guys have been responding really, really well to the narrated videos that she's been doing, and she really appreciates it. Because she was nervous about doing that, I think. At a camera store, yeah. Yodobashi Camera. They have like microwaves and kitchen stuff and pots and pans. It's pretty cool. Where else would you buy a spatula? Best Buy. I say camera store, but really it's a lot more than that. Like Yodobashi Camera has 6 floors. I guess 5. One of them is a food court. But they got 6 floors here, 2 buildings. That's where I bought my shoes. That's where I bought my spatula. It's where I bought some of my computer parts. Like, all from the same store. It was really weird getting rung up at the counter. Pretty cool, though, you know? I like that you can get everything in one place. And they deliver. So, like, if you don't have a car and you buy a TV or a computer monitor or something, they'll just deliver it to your house. Rates vary, but, you know, it's nice to have that as an option. Alright, I need to rinse this carefully so that I don't get dish detergent on my produce. Yeah, Yodobashi's huge. It's like if Best Buy was more successful. If Best Buy in America was more successful, it would be Yodobashi Or Bic camera. KVO, hello, hello. Yeah, it's like a department store, really. It started out as a camera store, but all the camera companies in Japan are like massive, right? Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm, Panasonic. All these companies have tons and tons of money. So they just open up these sprawling shopping complexes where you can buy everything. They even had an esports section, which I thought was kind of funny. I could, if I so wished, go to the camera store and buy a 240 megahertz monitor for my computer. Hello from Japanese class in VR chat. You didn't say it in Japanese, you're gonna fail. Welcome in, good to see you. Also, just so everyone knows, the delay is a little bit higher on YouTube, so if I'm slower to respond to chat, that's why. Okay, our water's heated up. I'm going to go ahead and transfer it into the pan. This is my attempt to heat up the kitchen a little bit less. Hopefully that works okay. It's not quite enough water. We're just going to do it again. Japanese companies do love to divert. Yeah, there's like the memes about like Mitsubishi making cars, but they also made the rice cooker that we have over here. They made fighter planes in World War II. They, heavy lifting equipment, everything. JVP, good to see you. Welcome in. Oh, sorry, Zeeks. I said an extra word I shouldn't have. Back for seeing Don Evil in the theater. Oh, I didn't know there was a movie out. Was it good? I don't think I've seen. Oh, actually, I can't even say that anymore. I saw One Piece film Red in movie theaters in 2023, but other than that, I've not seen an animated film in a theater, or an anime in a theater, since Princess Mononoke, 1990 whatever. Whenever that came out. When? Konnichiwa. Welcome in. We're just approaching midday. Actually, we are less than an hour away from hearing the daytime chime. Hitachi does have really nice excavators. Yeah. Yeah, there you see Hitachi brand everything. What brand is this fridge? Hang on, let's check. You got me curious now, because like this is a Mitsubishi, right? This is a Tefal. Oh, yeah, Mitsubishi. What else we got in here? Panasonic, right? We've all seen Panasonic stuff before. This is Rinnai. I don't think their products make it out of Japan. And then that might be all the appliances we have in here. Got Noritz. This is our water heater control. If you want to preheat your water, you can turn this on or set what temperature the water is kept at. It's pretty interesting. Oh, don't fall. We're going to fall anyway. Move that way a little bit. There we go. That's more stable. Touch base with you after stream. Yes, you are more than welcome to. I haven't booked my train ticket yet, but I don't think I need to. So, but I'm planning roughly on arriving the day before you do. I want to film some stuff in Kanagawa. So I'm probably going to make a day of going to Kamakura on the 10th. And then that night I can come back and I'll be available to hang out. Oh, Rinnai was the stove. Konro. It was good. I have one anime friend, so we went to... Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I went with Joseph and Brian for One Piece Film Red. Spike's Family Movies out here last year. My 17-year-old self is screaming actual anime in the middle of nowhere theater. Yeah, I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and I was able to see Princess Mononoke at a movie theater there in like 1998. I was in high school. It was ages ago. And I feel like it has gotten more common, but like not proportional to anime's popularity, right? Like it seems weird to me. You have to preheat the shower? No, it's gas heated, so it heats up really quickly. This is just for the kitchen, as a matter of fact. Ooh, hang on. I'll show you the one in the bathroom. This one's just for the kitchen. So as you can see, it's already on. But check this out. You'll think this is interesting. Wow, Graham's taking us... Ow. Graham's taking us into the shower. Okay, this one's on too, but I think it might be because I've been using the kitchen water. Usually this is off. And then the second you turn the faucet on, it kicks on. While it's on, it blasts heat out of the water heater out back because it's gas heated. So the exhaust has to go somewhere. It's pretty interesting. All right, I got to transfer hot water. So we're done. Oh, Yang Ghost here. Hello, hello. I was likely to get dragged for dinner on the yeah, send me a message, though, because I'll probably... my schedule's pretty flexible. I just have to be back in Sendai by the 12th, because I have a very important meeting that day. So, up until then, I'm pretty flexible. As long as I have, like, time to work in a hotel room and stuff, which I don't think will be a problem. You can get Rinnai tankless water heaters here in the States, maybe the same oh, probably, yeah. That makes sense. The Rinnai, the Nai means like inside or interior. So a lot of home goods, I would imagine. That's what that's the impression it gives me anyway. I should like angle this a bit better so that I can read it and be on camera at the same time. Best part of the One Piece film read. I didn't think it was good. I thought it was good right after I saw it, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, it was basically just like an Idol's promo video. Like, watching you on the big screen. Hang on, let me make myself big. Welcome in. You're going to tell us we stinky by bringing us in the shower? I actually am super ready to take a shower after stream today. Had to take to the city to see something like that, only to find out newspaper times are wrong and the movie had left. See, I remember having to check movie times in the newspaper. It's much easier now. Okay, before we start boiling anything, I'm going to get our strainer out. I thought this was pretty ingenious. Strainer has a perfectly matched bowl underneath it. So, when the noodles come out, you strain them through this, and then you can immediately submerge them in cold water to cool them off. Pretty neat. As much as I love YouTube, it'd be nice to have Sunny emails. I know, well, we have to get YouTube partner for that. So, it's not unachievable as long as people show up to the YouTube streams. Each YouTube stream adds at least 20 watch hours to our account, and we need to make it to, I think, 3,000. It's doable. It's going to take a lot of work, especially at the new place, but it's doable. I want to do it. Not a fan of Randalore being injected in that way. Oh, yeah. 12th of heart. Oh, yeah. Oh, when? Yeah, I'm fully flexible. We're going to be able to make it work. Don't worry. I'm going to bring some Zunda snacks for your students, too. Local movie theater showing several Miyazaki movies this summer. I'm happily surprised. It'll happen. I really am very confident. Like, for one, Amanda has been crushing it on the short form videos. She's made a new one every day, at least one every day, for like the past 28 days. Like, it's an unbelievable streak. Very, very cool. So if we just pepper that in with a few vlogs and live streams, like, we're going to get there before we know it. Probably not good for saving pasta water if it's cheap plastic. It feels like HDPE. Let me check the code on the back. Says it's safe up to 100C. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera. You can see that there's writing, but you probably can't read it. Says it's safe up to 100C. What if you did a continuous live stream with just Japan ambiance? So, YouTube is smart. They do not count any watch hours accumulated on streams of more than 12 hours. So I think at the new place we'll do some longer streams, but we gotta cut them off hard at like 10 hours, I think. So maybe we'll do some. I don't know. Okay, I recognize this is not the full community here right now. There's just the dedicated few, right? So I'm gonna pick your brains while you're here. Setting up and designing the kitchen stream layout, is that a good live stream? You guys would be on like a mobile camera like you are now, and then it's just me installing cameras around the stream, hooking things up and testing it. We could do that. We could do interior design streams during the move. We could do gardening streams. All these things, all these options are available to us. Oh yeah, that's hot. Preheating the water was a good idea. Let's stream bread. Yeah. It seems like not a lot of noodles. I guess half the point is the salad, though. Pick my brain through my nose. Why do I have to be so stingy like that? Because people abuse the system. People abuse the systems in place. Twitch, for the most part, lets it happen. YouTube wised up. Susie said that I had 30 ideas. I am somehow unsurprised. Behind the scenes of behind the scenes, exactly. So this is meant to be content for the dedicated few. Like, you guys are watching extra time. I want to make the content extra special, right? So that's the goal. That's my secret goal. The making of Japan Side Quest, exactly. I want Amanda's stationary content too. Amanda, oh, hang on. I turned my. That didn't kill the stream, did it? That would be embarrassing. Okay, I think we're back up if we did lose it. I'm going to stick you guys up here. Yeah, there we go. Amanda's considering doing a stationary stream like this week. We just have an incredibly busy weekend planned. But yeah, maybe early next week she'll be doing one. Because she wants to start amping up Bungu Joshi. Nobody drunkenly abuses Twitch. Thank you, Joseph. That would not be very becoming of a Buddha, correct? Not very enlightened behavior. Everyone loves a good behind the scenes video, not the band. That's true. Although a lot of people like them too. Not even a bit. Okay, good. Right on time for my PTO. Ooh, we got a little PTO coming up. Amanda and I have a day off scheduled, actually. It's our first since the move. The 13th. We are taking the day off. We're going to stay indoors and we're going to play video games. That's the plan. Woohoo! Okay. I got a little hot. The good thing about cooking on gas is you can kill the heat immediately. I like that. Alright, I'm going to taste test one of these after I kill the heat. Wow, that's hot. Wow. Okay, it needs a little more. Not much more, but a little more. Maybe like another 30 seconds. I'm afraid to step away and even look at chat, to be honest, because like it's going to starch up like crazy. Alright, I reckon that's good. That's got to be good. Great plan. A whole week. I really need it. Do you have a game picked out yet? To be honest, no. I'm going to try and make the case for Satisfactory, because Amanda has finally expressed interest in playing it. But we haven't decided yet. Gonna get you guys low on the sink. Ooh, uh-oh. There we go. Alright, so, strainer. I probably need a towel for these handles, because these handles get really hot. Excellent. Wow, that's hot. Wow. Alright, I'm just gonna... Yeah! Alright, give this a little rinse. Just a gentle, low pressure rinse. Let's fill that up with water. There we go. That worked really well. So now we got fully cooked, but cold to the touch noodles. I'm going to let those continue to chill for a minute. I'm going to catch up on chat. There's a clip of Maddie screaming when he touches hot food. Yow! It doesn't sound like something I would do. How dare you? I did hit the point with Satisfactory. I feel like I need to just make a creative world. Yeah. I hit that several points during the development of my first save. It is definitely a game that lends itself to replay, thankfully. Alright. So I'm going to keep changing the water out a little bit, just to make sure everything is cooled down completely. So I guess I can just strain it again, right? Excellent. Oop. Making a mess. Alright, now, how's this angle for the counter? Is that good? It's pretty good, right? You can still see my dogs on the floor. I don't love that. So if I scoot you guys towards the back, that's probably a bit better. And I can plate like right here. And I feel like that's going to look really nice. Okay. Let's do it. Never take water pressure for granted. I never will again. The water pressure here is fantastic. And guys, it's not just in the sink either, but like, I can shower in like 30 seconds. It's wonderful. Finished Space Elevator Phase 2 and felt really tedious, but I unlocked trains. Yeah, exactly. The trains are really good, but they're also entirely optional. You could just belt really long distances, you know? Never touch vehicles until trains, yeah. I fell for that in real life. I'm not falling for it in Satisfactory. Oh, I'm so excited to live next to a train station. For the first time in my life. Okay. Cold noodles. Show of hands, who's had like cold soba, cold Hiyashi Chuka? In my head, it's like pretty common, but maybe it's just because of the content I make. Shower, exfoliate, etc. Yep. Water pressure can take the skin off. Hell yeah. I did live close to a train station in my last place. There's just no way to get to it. Well, that's not true. I rode the Roosevelt stop to the airport all the time. Surrounded by trains, but I can't ride it. All commercial. Womp womp. Courtesy of the Japan Club in college. That was the only time. Brie makes it sometimes. That's right. Cold soda is one of my favorites. Love the dippers. Same. Oh, yeah. The tempura soba. Delicious. All right. We're going to take half the veggies and put them on each plate here. This is like a noodle dish that eats like a salad. And as somebody who loves noodles and salad, it's pretty much a perfect marriage of food for me. It's like if a Cobb salad was a noodle dish, you know? That's what this is, basically. Bundle all that stuff up. Oop. Got a runaway piece of ham. Alright. And then eggs, which I don't want to touch with my bare hands because they oily. Just going to put those on one side. Oop. I just cleaned the counter. It's fine. Just like taste test these probably. Pretty good. Never had them. No cold noodles intentionally anyway. With tempura, it's yummy. I had soba once, but I wasn't a fan. I ought to give it a second chance. Yeah. Cold noodle dishes like this, like, I totally get it if, like, you're not used to it. It's sort of a weird thing to eat. But I really love it. It might be my favorite Japanese food. Zaru soba. We're going to put some pickled eggplants on there. A little extra for Amanda's because she loves pickles. And remember, we put the sauce in the freezer, so it'd be nice and extra cold. Dude, the kit does make it easy. And then you just sort of mix it up and eat. Oh yeah, by the way, we talked about it on the other site, but I am going to a family barbecue tomorrow. The inviter to the family barbecue has said that I'm welcome to make a video about the process. And he's going to take me to the Japanese-style grocery store, and we're going to find out where the Wagyu gets sold. So that's going to be hitting YouTube soon. All right. Fresh, delicious. Is meat just like deli ham? Yeah. It's, they sell several different varieties of it. This is the Rosu ham. But they also have Momo ham, which is made from the pork leg. This is made from like tenderloin, you know, that sort of like center cut. Show the YouTube link in Discord for the Japanese class because they also live stream the class. Oh, cool. Nothing like soba cold. Oh, a cold pasta salad. Yeah, I guess that's sort of the Western equivalent, right? We do love macaroni salad. All right. Let me bring one of these to Amanda. Yeah, so I get to meet he's apparently he's good friends with his ex-wife still. And she used to live in Australia, so she wants to practice her English. But so we get to meet his ex-wife and his kids. Sonny's going to come along too. It should be good. All right. Just going to leave some Hiyashi Chuka here. Go whenever you want it. All right. Let me put you guys back on the fridge. We can sample the food. Magnetic mount makes this so easy. Bowls look delicious. Oh my gosh. Oh, speaking of bowls, we showed these off earlier, but should show them off again. So this guy has given us a lot of stuff because it's just going to be thrown out and he doesn't want to waste it. But he couldn't find anybody that wanted these bowls. These are made of real wood, real lacquer, and it's a set of like 4 or 5 of them. And then he also gave us these, which is it's just been turned on a lathe, right? But still handmade. Wooden bowl for miso soup or rice or something. Thought those were great. It's actually the first bowls I've owned since the move. It's pretty and colorful, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking, Darndrian, I might keep 1 or 2 for plating, but maybe we do a little giveaway for some of them down the road. Because, I don't need like 6 of them. It's just me and Amanda. All right. I'm going to get a big old mouthful of noodles and egg. Cheers, gang. I don't know what it is, but like ginger can warm you up in the winter, but also cool you down in the summer. And I think that's pretty cool. I specifically bought some wooden bowls at Muji in the United States and then just so rarely use them, which is a shame because they look nice. But, we don't have a dishwasher either, so it's like we have to rinse and wash everything by hand. So I think they're a bit easier to take care of here. Sorry, that was loud. Joseph, you would really like this guy. He's like a traditional hustler. Like he knows how to create a side business. He was telling us this time that he wants to become a fig farmer. He's been propagating fig trees. He bought his first fig tree on Mercari, which is like the eBay of Japan. And he's been propagating fig trees, and he wants to start selling figs. Very random. But he tried making black garlic once or twice. He's still growing garlic somewhere. He's just he's very business-minded, and he likes doing small jobs, I think. So. Yeah, teak wood. Harvested from Southeast Asia, mostly. It's pretty good wood, actually. The Muji bowls are beautiful. Yeah, sorry, I basically had the microphone in my mouth while I was slurping noodles. Fig hype for real, yeah. I told him, I was like, I actually love figs. If I can help in any way, let me know. Yeah, this guy's really cool. He's almost like a homesteader in a way. He's got a lot of like the same skills as like a homesteader. And I'm really glad we met him. Like, it's very fortuitous. Loves to go to Muji for blind boxes. I mean, I didn't use them a ton, but they held up just fine for like regular washing and stuff. Propagation is so addicting. Yeah, he said it was like having kids again. He said it was like having kids. And those plants survive. Yeah, I'm not great at gardening. The garden at the new place is massive, and it's sort of a waste for us, to be honest, but... It's also like a little late in the season to grow any like long crops, you know? But we can get some tomatoes and stuff done before fall. Which would be cool. Especially if I also buy a pizza oven for the yard. It's like sharing homesteading, yeah. Grandparents had 2 massive figs in their backyard growing up. 8 figs the whole summer. I was cleaning that house out and getting ready to sell it, yeah. You know, it's funny, actually, Brie, I don't know if I still have any. No, we're out. Well, I can show this too. This is pretty interesting. So, we've been seeing all sorts of weird yogurt flavors, right? This is acerola flavor. It's like a Caribbean cherry, I think. But this flavor is really popular for Japanese foods. And fig flavor is also weirdly popular. Kabocha is absolutely a fall thing, but it's just starting to come up now. I see it in the markets now. And some gardening tips from Brian. Brian's very good at gardening. He doesn't think he's good at gardening, but he does a lot of research. Maybe he does think he's good at gardening. I don't know. Or in the back of the yard and just sit under the trees and eat a handful of figs off of them. Baby! Dan also is pretty good at gardening. The climate's going to be very different, though. Like, the climate here in the summer is really similar to Florida. Way more humid than Washington. Washington is, like, surprisingly dry in the summertime. It's pretty shocking. Yeah, I think we're going to go the herb route. I want to grow some shiso, maybe some yomogi. So later in the season, we can make some yomogi mochi. Have some leftover pizza. Hell yeah. Brian's specialty, if Brian has a specialty, his specialty is pepper plants. Brian grows really good peppers. It's actually delicious and helped me cool down. Got my father growing kabocha in our Maryland backyard. He put in some seeds about a month ago. Should come out by September. Yeah. It takes a little while to grow it, but I think it can grow in pretty hardy conditions. It doesn't need to be super, super hot for kabocha. Myoga seems easy. I can go to the store here and buy myoga and plant it in the ground and it'll root, apparently. I don't know if I need to do that because myoga is also like 98 cents, like 98 yen at the grocery store here, which is pretty easy. Pretty easy to afford. So I don't know if I'll need to grow myoga, but it's an option. I could also grow my own negi, which would be kind of cool. This pizza's good cold. My hottest take for food is that cold pizza is actually kind of better than hot pizza. I say this as somebody that loves pizza, but like, I do love cold pizza. Big crunchy vegetables. Delicious. Oh, where am I? Yeah, I gotta put you guys back. Put you guys on the gimbal. Hold, please. Uh-huh. We're adrift at sea. Come on, gimbal. You can do it. Oh, there we go. Huh? There we go. Looks nice with the green behind me. Definitely controversial. It is. That's like my hottest food take. I don't enjoy being the type of person that's like, actually, I think most everyone is stupid. But that is my hottest food take. This is ironically about cold food. No grunting emote. No emotes until we hit partner, I don't think. I think that's the rule. Somebody can look that up. I should look that up after stream. Yeah, green onion. There you go. Doesn't detract from a reheated pizza. Oh, for ricotta. Yeah. Agreed. Never been hungover enough. Maybe. There might be something to that. Do you guys see me just blow on this like it was hot? How are the ads here? Have you guys been getting ads? Cold pizza is a godsend for parents, absolutely, and for lifelong kids. Oh, the built-in emotes, yeah. There's like a YouTube partnership plus things for emotes. But like the YouTube equivalent of the subscription, I think is really nice because you get to set the price. Which, you know, the idea that anyone is spending like almost $8 on a Twitch sub is pretty... I don't want to do that to you guys. It's not even about the cut, it's just like, it should be cheaper than that. Hey, premium no ads? Oh, okay. I don't have premium, I've had 0 ads. There you go. Okay, well, that's worth noting. Can you guys hear the middle schoolers outside? Goofing off. They call it membership, yeah. So, like, I could set it at a lower rate than what Twitch charges across the board. As the affiliate agreement on Twitch, you don't have any say in what you're charging your viewers. Which is, like, fine, but should probably be looked at and updated. Are you phasing out of Twitch? No. Twitch is always going to be there. Like the Tabatai Cooking brand is always going to be on Twitch. Just because that's my hobby space, you know? But I do want to do a weekly live stream here. At least a weekly live stream for cooking. Just because it's an easy way for me to contribute. Amanda does so much work on this channel. I'm just trying to keep up with her, to be honest. So this is something I can do that actually has a legitimate, very tangible effect on our watch hours, just by live streaming here. So it's a good way for me to contribute and keep up with my wife, who is very good at this job. Elbow cough. Hang on. Have an effective defense. Oh no. I didn't know I was friends with the bad girls. But yeah, I'll still be on Twitch as often as I always have been. We're just doing extra stuff now because this is a full-time job. For years I've been saying, like, I'm only streaming on Twitch 3 days a week because it's my hobby and I don't have to take it that seriously. But now I'm used to doing that, so doing it on top of the other stuff is not that bad. I'm playing short on a repeat on accident now. Weirdly, short views don't count for much. Like, they phase out most of the watch hours for shorts. They don't even add to the total in the dashboard. Which I kind of get, because you could upload a short every 30 seconds forever, and so eventually you would hit partnership that way. So they gotta limit it somehow, but this is delicious. If you get, I think it's like 10 million views in shorts, in 30 days you get, or in 90 days you get partnered immediately. So if you get really good at shorts and that's how you want to grow your brand, there's a way to do that. It just requires a lot more work than live streaming, you know. Does letting shorts loop over and over improve metrics at all? Not really. Not really. Bummer. A little bit. Yeah, I think the problem with YouTube is that the systems have been in place for a longer time, and people have had a chance to figure out how to game the system a little bit, and YouTube's actually trying to stop that from happening, unlike the other website. So, yeah. Playing shorts on repeat, I think, helps a little bit, but it doesn't accumulate watch hours the same way. And then the biggest thing, and I hate to say this, is liking. Like, liking everything helps a ton. We had our first big flop on TikTok this week. Man and I worked really hard on the Sunny's first month in Japan video, which I think showed because a lot of people liked it on YouTube. But I wound up only getting like 50 views on TikTok somehow. Which isn't disappointing because, like, we expect that to happen from time to time. But it is surprising because it's like, oh, like, that was actually a really good video. Why did the just 4-second shot of traffic at the Alba Monster get 7,000 views and this got like 50? And the answer, I think, is just because views on TikTok are largely made up. They count way too many things as a positive view, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So we're not bothered by it, but like liking stuff on YouTube definitely has an immediate effect on how many people it shows it to. So, you know, do with that what you will. Alright. Oh, it says unable to connect to chat. That's a good one. Hang on, let me refresh here. Hopefully it pulls up the chat history in case I missed anything. Sorry, I got going on a chat there. Zam, already doing all that. No, and we've noticed. We have noticed. Too long for TikTok attention span. Well, so one of the metrics they give us for every video, and every platform does this, except for Instagram, I think. Even then, it's probably in there, I just don't know how to see it. They show the percentage watched, right? Videos that are like 4 seconds or less get 100% watched. Videos that are longer than 8 seconds get like 25% watched, right?
And that video was like over a minute.
That video was over a minute, so it was nice and long.
Basically like watching Titanic.
I know. It's the Snyder cut.
I can't be bothered to watch 90 seconds of your cute dog.
Glad I went and liked the backlog of shorts early. Thank you very much, Prime. Appreciate that. Can't believe TikTok hates dogs.
Also, shout out to KBO who discovered Threads yesterday.
Oh my god.
I was like...
That was so funny. Like, our thing was popping off on the table.
I was like, putting my shoes on. Like, my shoes were on, so I didn't want to take them off because I was taking the dog out. And I was just like, what is happening over there? Look at my phone. It won't stop making noise.
Yeah, your iPad was going off, and then we get over and I look at your phone, and it's just an entire column of KVO liking everything.
Yeah.
It's very touching. Thank you. Sorry, my chat window has died. I'm going to try reconnecting the Wi-Fi dongle, and we'll see if that connects me to chat again. Whoops, I unplugged the router. We'll be right with you. The Wi-Fi dongle I bought for my laptop back in February, I did cheap out on, and I got one for like 800 yen or something.
Well, I just realized, why is it saying Twitch chat room?
That's the other site here, man. We can't name them. No, it's because the overlay is coded the old way. Yeah. And I've just been reading chat on the laptop, which is having trouble connecting to the internet right now.
It's a baby.
There we go.
Way.
Banished from the chat room. I know, misbehavable. I'm looking away, guys. What's up?
Trash.
Okay. Hugh Titanic recorder meme. Amanda has one of those hitting soon.
I said September.
Are you doing the recorder version of September by Earth, Wind, and Fire meme?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda's got one of those coming up. I had to block all the shorts recommendations panels because it kept falling down the doom scroll hole. Same, actually. Don't always finish the long form. One thing has been far better for my brain. I kind of like... I think longer attention span stuff is good for me to watch. You know? I think it's good for me. Amanda and I sat and we watched all of Ocean Waves the other night, and I was just like, that was like 87 minutes. And I liked it. I liked it. Want to see 20 seconds of your cute dog every day for a week? Yes. Yes. We all moved into your new place. I will indoctrinate you to the cult of building an email list because that's the only real metric that matters. Okay, so you touched on something good. Agree, email list, it's whatever. I believe you. But we are completely disregarding all metrics except for YouTube. Our YouTube dashboard is the only one we pay attention to. Everything else is just like, whatever happens is going to happen. Whatever happens is going to do what you got to do. Dongle is still an endlessly funny word. It is. Don't get the doom scroll urge on shorts. It's not an urge. It's... What's up?
I got pee.
Okay. It's not an urge. I think it's more like once you start, it's difficult to break away. You know? Like, I could sit and never start looking at shorts, but then when I do watch one, it's harder to stop than a normal video. Not a PCI Express Wi-Fi card? No. I'd show you my dongle, but then I'd get banned. No, I would disconnect because it's just a little dongle. This is the only connection I have to the internet right now. Is this little USB dongle? I'm not hooked up via Ethernet cable, even on my main computer. We're just connected over Wi-Fi for now. But I'm very excited about the new internet service at the new place. It's going to be great. Shorts are just a recipe for disaster because 90% of them don't hit the mark. Absolutely, I feel that. As soon as I hit something that isn't what I wanted, to immediately stop scrolling. Yeah, that's good. It's good for you. YouTube is a good second metric. Wait, fight me over that one in particular? What, for YouTube? No, I openly said I don't want to fight. I believe you. No. It's what I said. It's whatever I believe you. I'm saying I'm not arguing that point. What I'm saying is we disregard our metrics from TikTok and Instagram because they're not accurate and they're not good. Keep going on shorts because I never find a good one. Yeah. Like, I fall for this sometimes, too, where, like, I want to end on a good short, and then it just never happens. And so I spend 45 minutes looking for a good short. Tell me there's no Comcast in Japan? No. Well, there's the equivalent, though. There's equivalent companies.
Wait, but there's also, like...
I think the service is actually good, though.
Good internet that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, we're going to get 10 gigabit service for about 4,000 to 5,000 yen per month.
Uh-huh. We were paying 100.
We were paying 110 per month in Seattle for 250 down, 60 up, I think.
And we were limited. We were like...
And we were capped on data. Yeah.
Which was really tough, because, you know, live streaming.
Yeah, live streams use about 2.4 gigs per hour. So, you can do the math. And then we're also uploading videos and video chatting and watching YouTube shorts.
It's like I had to change. Like I just needed to keep so many games on my computer because
re-downloading games was a major investment. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, okay, I'm still having trouble. All right, let's do this. I clearly need to reset my laptop, and we're done making food anyway. I think we've done enough damage to our viewership metrics today. Unfortunately, it's YouTube and I can't raid people, which is like my favorite part of the live stream on the other site, but hang on, we're coming back now. I think now's as good a time as any to prep for the rest of my day. Google just made AI mode the first link in the top search results links where it used to be all images, maps, etc. Oh yeah, everybody's super into AI now though. It's like, it's not surprising. It doesn't make it less horrible, but it's less surprising. Pay 150 for unlimited, 300 down, 30-ish up in Comcast. Yeah, that sounds about right. Had to go unlimited because of the Twitch streams. That's true, but my connection is not good enough to coordinate that. Again, I'll show you guys. It's this little tiny dongle right here. Tiny USB dongle hosting everything right now. It's amazing I haven't given up and just bought a router. Anyway, thank you for watching. Oh my god. How did that happen? There's just a noodle on the floor. How did that happen? Anyway. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for engaging. Don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell and post emoji and high five your friend. Comment Japan for my free travel guide. Amanda, are you going to tell people to comment Japan?
Comment Japan. It definitely will work.
Alright, y'all. I'm leaving. Bye.